What's up, everybody? Finally back. Sorry, I know there's a long delay between these videos, but you guys keep encouraging me, so I like all the comments going on. And you'll notice that the only change that I made from last video to this video is I have some categories up here for a menu. And that's because one of the requests was to create one of the infamous Bootstrap menus out of the Magento navigation menu. And if you don't know what the Bootstrap menu looks like, I can give you a rough sample. Oops, those are not the right ones. Okay, Bootstrap. Here we go. So basically what we'll be doing is creating a menu that has this, and then infamously, once you get down to a smaller screen size, it switches over to the, I call it the hamburger icon, and your navigation can drop down like that. And then you can expand back out, and you have your menu. So this would probably be one of the, I don't know, I guess one of the more difficult things, but I can take it through it. It's actually not too difficult. First thing I'm going to go to is go to the place that renders this out here. And let's look at the anatomy here of that menu. Basically all they do is they wrap it in a class, give it a role of navigation here, and then this section right here is pretty much just the top. So navbar header, this is where it creates a button, and that button is the little hamburger button that you saw. Each one of these spans is just contains a class, and this class outputs one of the lines in that bar. So if I were to go here, just to give you an idea of what's going on with those spans, if I were to go and edit this and just remove one of these, it's just going to remove one of the lines from that bar. Just if you were curious there. So let's go ahead to the location and navigate. Location of Magento where this is rendered, and that would be in app design, front end, default. Choose your theme, template, then page, then HTML, top menu.phtml. And this is where it has a surrounding div, and we're basically going to be putting in all the Bootstrap classes. Now I can paste this code if you guys want, but there's always, if you go to getbootstrap.com, you can always get the default navbar HTML. So let's make this not very complicated. So everything is surrounded by this nav tag, right? So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this. And right in here, this is going to say if there is a menu, which there is, add that nav, surround it right there. Perfect. Okay, now, like I said, this is the top section. So I'm going to go ahead and, copy this. Right here. Okay, so this tells Bootstrap what to display when the navigation is in that condensed drop-down state. Now if we look down here, we'll see another div, and this is the div for the navbar collapse. And this is all sampled from the Bootstrap site. And what I'm going to do is, you see how we have div class equals nav container here? This is Magento's stuff. I'm just going to replace that with this div. And I'll even leave the ID there. Doesn't really matter. And then right here, Magento has ULID equals nav. And I think Magento does require the nav right there. So we're just going to add the class that is in their example. Okay, so we have class equals nav, and we've added that. Now let's go ahead and check out what that does. Now the styling definitely won't look right at first. There's definitely going to be something that we need to do there. But let me go ahead and refresh this, and you can see we have the brand. That always comes out, and sometimes that might be good for times when you have it like this, and you might want to say like, hey, navigate here. For right now, I'm just going to comment that out. And there's ways to only show it when it's on, when it's mobile. But for right now, I'm just going to comment that out quickly, and I think my cat just woke up. That might be interesting. So we have that, and let me go ahead and refresh to make sure that we got rid of the brand. Okay. And we have our navigation menu. Now, like I said, the styling needs a bit of work, right? So let's go. Let's go back up here. We're gonna go to skin, front end, default, and your theme name, CSS, styles.css. I already have it open. And basically what's happening here is these menu items are still floating left, and that's not ideal. So let me see if it's worth it to actually go here. But you notice that nav A has a float left, and I'm sure this list item has a float left. So once we get rid of that, should be good. So notice it's on line 558 here.